I helped my son heal from PANDAS, and there is hope. He was born preemie at 35 weeks. I had a really rough pregnancy. I had RA, which flared like crazy. I was pretty immobile, so I had to go on 30 milligrams of prednisone. And everyone was like, "You're crazy, it'll come." I said, "No, that's not normal." And when his speech did come, it just was hard, right? It was hard to get out. At 18 months, he said, "Mama." He was late to crawl, refused to crawl, wanted to walk. So all those things added up. When he was three and a half, we're getting ready to go on vacation to the mountains in North Carolina. And that week, looking back, like he had a really hard week. It was like he was super emotional and just weird. And that week, I'm like, something's going on. Well, we got to the mountains, woke up the very next day with 103-degree fever. That lasted for 7 full days of like 101 to 104. And so on the 7th day, he woke up and the fever was gone, but it was an immediate difference. He woke up a different child. He was spastic. He was possessed. That's the best way I can describe it. And it was like one day he's fine, and the next day, your kid is gone. I said I would not cry, and I'm 4 minutes into this interview. You don't talk about it for such a long time, and then the hell comes back of like, whoo, it was a lot. So this went on for a few days after. Our friend was supposed to be visiting, joining us for the weekend, and she happened to be a PA. And I called her, I said, "I don't know if you can come. I'm telling you, it's really weird. Like, he's so aggressive. I don't know what's going on." And I sort of described my symptoms, and she's like, "Have you heard of PANS? I think you need to look at that." Great, let's run a panel, but I'm telling you, like, he needs to be admitted. I want more tests run. And they stepped out, and when they stepped out, he just happened to have one of his episodes, which involved tearing the entire ER room apart. So it was awful to watch, and it took, oh my gosh, four nurses to come in to sedate him. And then the doctors came and they said, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. We thought you were a crazy mom. You're not lying. You can't go back. Something is wrong with his brain." So there for 6 days, we got a ton of testing. They all kept coming back. Nothing's wrong. This isn't, I don't know. We don't know. It's not PANDAS. That's just not a real thing. And I think you should go back to St. Pete. Let's order a spinal so we can see if the CSF fluid, we'll do that for you. And then we should get a brain MRI. But all those things take time. So this was like the 5th day, and he got a spinal tap, and thank goodness for that spinal tap, because that gave us our official diagnosis. When the Mayo results came back, that was positive for peds, autoimmune encephalitis. So that was really helpful. That's what got me coverage with IVIG. That's what gave me, our Medicaid coverage, our everything was from that single thing. So the whole hospital visit was like, well, at least we got that out of it. So I had one doctor there. This doctor came in and said, "Listen, I could get fired for telling you this. I think your kid has PANS." He's like, "I do think it's a real thing, but this hospital doesn't believe it, and no doctor will stand here while being watched by others and say, let's give you some steroids. I think you should get back to St. Pete, where I'm sure you'll find a provider who believes it, and you should get treatment, and you should pay for it and find the best doctor you can, because that's what he has. And I was like, all right, appreciate you. We're going to go. So that's what we did. We did IVIG, we uncovered mold, we treated, we uncovered, Bartonella, Babesia, we did months of antibiotics, we did supplements and more supplements and more supplements and diet, but everything worked. It really did. I don't know if it was the timing of things. I don't know. It's hard to say like, oh, one thing worked more than the other, because it was all the not little things, they definitely weren't little, but all the things and all the tests were such an important part of the whole puzzle.
My name's Colton, I'm 6. I like to play with my brother and ride my bike. Also draw and build Legos.
Seeing him at school, I feel so grateful that we're on the other side, because for so long it was like, we're not going to get here. There's no way in hell. We've done everything. And it's always when you feel like you're at the end of your rope and I don't know how much more money we can spend. I don't know how many more doctors we can see. Nothing's changing, right? For so long, I just wasn't sure. I knew that we would be okay. I really felt like my faith carried me through, and not like, well, just going to be a different life. But I knew we'd be okay. I just didn't know that he would be able to live the life that he does. I remember reading so often, like, you're not alone, and you will get to the other side. And I just thought, you liar. Like, you don't. I am alone though, because it feels you're in this bubble and just no one, because no one in your close circle knows, because no one's gone through it. If you have the power and capacity to not stop, to just keep digging, maybe you feel like there's something missing, ask another question, keep digging. If there are more tests to do, do the test. It's all worth it in the end.
I used to feel bad, but now I feel great. I hope all who are out there that have infusions feel better soon. Make sure to subscribe.